Welcome back, guys. It's another episode. I am super excited about today's guest, Mr. Don Line with Aqua Systems. He's the CEO, and we're going to talk about a bunch of fun stuff today. We're going to talk about water, what he does, the importance of it, and then we're going to talk about giving back and mission trips. That's something that he's passionate about, so I'm excited to have him here today. He's an awesome person, and I love hanging out with awesome people. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited that you came in here today to hang out with me.
My pleasure. Looking forward to it.
I didn't have to twist your arm or beat you up too hard to get you in here.
Not too badly. No.
Yeah. So I'm super excited for him to be here with us today. We talk about a lot of different things on this show. Don has been in the water business. Has it been for over?
Since I've been personally since 1990. So
1990. Yeah. Let's talk about how did you get into the business?
Oh wow, that's quite a long story. But I fell in love with a bottled water store up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, when I was a pharmaceutical rep for SmithKline Beecham. And I kind of had an idea that was a cool little business that I would maybe start on the side one day. Yeah. And through a friend of a friend, I ended up meeting the people at Aqua Systems, fell in love with the way they did business, and convinced them to be the first franchisee for Aqua Systems.
Okay.
Did that throughout the 90s, and then the owners of the Aqua Systems company wanted to retire, and so we got a group together and started a new ownership group in about 1998.
So you're franchised, right?
We have franchises now. We are the corporate.
Okay,
store.
you're
Yeah,
corporate.
It's all based in Indianapolis.
And then how many are there now?
Well, we have 17 markets that we own that,
Okay.
that we're in, and then we have about 40 franchisees, if you will, in different markets, and then we have over 200 independent dealers across the country.
Wow.
So,
How do you keep up with all that?
a lot of good people. It's a pretty big job.
That's
yeah.
always the key, right?
It is.
It's
It's
the
everything.
people you hire that work for you.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always hire people that are smarter.
Smarter than me. That is
Yeah.
the rule.
I mean,
Yes.
that's what I do.
Absolutely.
It's working so far. Right, Chris? All right. So let's talk about. I had no idea, the difference, since we sell real estate. Water. We all use water.
Mm-hmm.
I have two questions for you. First of all, when COVID hit, did that fluctuate your guys' business, or did it impact that at all?
It actually, in its own way, it's actually helped it tremendously because people are not traveling, they're not doing other things, and are taking care of their home.
Yeah.
So people are investing and improving their home and making having better water for your home is part of that. So
I was
good.
wondering,
Yeah.
because everybody's like, how is it going to affect the real estate business? And I was thinking about this interview coming up, and I was like, I would think that your guys' business increased.
Yeah, we've been very blessed. It's been a pretty good run. It's a challenge to keep everyone healthy and follow all the procedures and do things right so we keep our customers and our employees healthy, but it's been a good run.
I love it.
Yeah.
Second question, there's all kinds of water treatments. There's the hard water. I was reading online.
Okay.
So I don't know much about water.
Right.
But can you tell what are our options? What kind of things, why do we need this?
Sure. Well, so in everything we do in Aqua Systems, we try to take the mystery out of things and make it really simple. We try to take the mystery out of water and make it really simple. Traditionally, our industry is full of a sales approach that is more akin to, I don't want to dismay anybody's business, but more of a pressure sales model where they like to get into people's homes and go through a sales process and maybe pull the wool over people's eyes and make it a little mysterious so they can justify a higher price. Yeah. And our company is built on making it easy to get what you want and get your problem solved. Okay. So in the way we talk about water, we try to talk about it simply, and the entire programs that we have for our customers are, it costs less, they have better warranties, they're simpler options, you really understand what you're getting. So that's kind of the foundation of how we go to market. But water, basically, for your home, you have kind of two lanes that you're looking to improve what you have. And the first one is utility water, or water for your whole home. And typically the main issue there, especially in these parts of the country, is hardness. So water that comes into a municipal system that is in ground, it comes out of the ground, tends to sit and wait underneath the ground where there's rock, and it dissolves the rock. So when you hear people say hard water, the water actually has dissolved rock in it. And a water softener is something that goes about a process that removes that so you don't have dissolved rock in the water in your home. It's really important to say this is not a problem with the municipality. Municipalities for 90% of the country do a great job making water safe for you, but it depends on where they get the water. In areas where water comes from lakes and rivers and surfaces, there isn't hardness, so you don't have that problem. So particularly here in central Indiana, hard water is a real problem. What that dissolved rock does is when the water evaporates, you leave a little bit of rock. And people who don't have a water softener, you've probably seen lime scale buildup. That's really just dissolved rock standing on.
So like when you open up the dishwasher and it's all like white and like.
That's hard water. It's actually just dissolved rock, and a water softener removes that.
Okay.
The other things that does is it causes a lot of havoc on all of your appliances, of course. Makes your hot water heater not last as long. It's rougher on your hair and your skin. You use a lot more detergents and a lot more soaps and shampoos. With soft water, it's actually a pretty green product from the standpoint that you're using fewer chemicals to clean your home. Your hot water heater and your appliances work better, and it's just a much better product once it's in your home. So that's one lane. Okay, go ahead.
So what about, so when I was on a well, so the house before, we had a couple acres and we had a well, that I would like leave, our showers were just all kinds of messy, like the white, everything I'm talking about in the
Absolutely.
dishwasher did not have a softener.
Right.
And my skin was awful.
Of course, yeah.
I broke out so bad like I was a teenager.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty typical.
Yeah.
And, it just interferes. Chemicals, soaps, detergents, everything you use in your house is meant to work with the water. And when that water has that dissolved rock, it just doesn't do it as well. So you have to use more detergent, more chemicals.
Now what about bacterias and things like that?
So then the second lane of problem waters is really drinking water. Okay, and again, the cities do a good job. Around here, your water is not going to make you sick or kill you. Municipal water has been one of the single biggest positive attributes of public health for hundreds of years. So it's not about that. But in order to get safe water to you, in order to kill what it would be in the water, there are chlorines and ammonias and chloramines, a lot of other things that municipalities use to keep you safe. Those chemicals are still in the water when they come to your tap.
Yeah, 'cause
And
should I drink chlorine?
it's, honestly, it's a safe product. It's just
Yeah?
most people prefer water that tastes better. So typically at a home around here, someone would buy a water softener to take care of the utility water, and then they would buy some sort of drinking filtration system, whether it be just a carbon filter to remove the chlorine or a more advanced reverse osmosis system that removes everything and gives you a much tastier, cleaner product. But it's really about aesthetics. As it tastes better for you, you're going to drink more and you're going to be healthier.
Yeah. One time I put water in a jar in my refrigerator and I let it like sit there for a couple months. This is back on my well. The top of it turned black.
Okay.
Is that bad?
Not necessarily. It's
Okay.
probably, there are, in a well in particular, you have hardness, iron, you can have sulfur.
So that didn't have to
Things
be
like that.
mold.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It could have.
Look, this is
It
all
could have been.
speculation.
Yes, it's very speculative. But
Yeah.
sulfur, when it oxidizes, it turns to like a black powder. So it could have been sulfur or manganese.
Okay.
There are a lot of different minerals that are in well water that aren't necessarily unhealthy at all.
I was super intrigued with my water
Yeah,
with that house. I don't
I've been
know
that way
why.
my whole life.
I love it. I can totally see why.
Right.
Let's talk about was there a third lane?
There,
that your primary?
if you have well water, you can have really, really bad smells and odors.
Rotten eggs.
Rotten egg smell, which is primarily sulfur.
Yeah.
There are wells that are contaminated with bacteria. Farm chemical runoff in certain areas, people have problems with that, and so there's a myriad of ways to treat that. We do all that as well as a lot of commercial industrial stuff. We do big hotels, hospitals, schools. We do a lot of larger stuff too.
Yeah. I love talking about water. I had no idea there was so much involved.
Yes, it's quite a bit.
But I've known you for a little bit on a more personal level. You have a beautiful family, beautiful wife, awesome kids. And I think beyond business, I think something that I absolutely adore and appreciate about you guys is the things that you do as far as your mission trips. Can you tell me how you guys got into that and the type of things that you guys do?
Yeah, sure. So we have for about 6 years now been making regular trips down to Nicaragua. We support 28 different churches that all have a myriad of different services they offer. Some of them have schools, daycares, education centers. We have women's centers. We have transition homes down there where when kids come from an orphanage, they're actually out of that orphanage at 14 and not really prepared to thrive in the world. So we have transitional homes that they can come and stay until they are, ready to launch, if you will. So we're involved quite a bit with that. Actually got involved in it because of water, which is...
That's how you got involved with it. Through. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So my best friend, Bill Llewellyn, Bill and Kelly Llewellyn, their mission is Hope Road, Nicaragua. And their daughter and my daughter, Lauren and Allie, were playing basketball together. And we had been friends for a couple of years, and I kind of knew about the missions, but we just didn't talk a whole lot with coming and going and all the different children. And he was telling a story in one of the communities, people were dying, and they thought it was waterborne issue. And I just looked at him and I said, well, Bill, do you know what I do? And kind of struck up the conversation.
People are dying because of the water,
yeah,
and
there were some issues there.
I could help.
Yeah, so we were able to have some very detailed sampling in a couple communities and put some systems in to purify the water. And when we went down there, we took all 6 of us, and I speak that much Spanish. I'm really good with the 3 and 4 year olds, and that's about as far as it goes. But my wife and all 4 of my kids are almost bilingual when it comes to go, and they all fell in love with different aspects of it, and been going down for multiple years. My kids have gone down and stayed on their own for long stints, and they still have a lot of relationships that they've fostered and continued to.
Is that just life changing? Like, so I've done, like fundraisers and helped, locally and things here, but I've never done a mission trip. It's definitely like something that I want to start doing. What's that feel like for your soul, your spirit, your family, like after you experienced that? Because you said this was just 6 years ago.
Right. It's a lot of emotions. It's amazing. It's overwhelming. It's wonderful. It has the effect of helping someone that you would assume, but for me in particular, what I got out of it and what I continue to get out of it is the unbelievable joy that people can have in the midst of complete poverty, where what we consider to be unfortunate situations, in a lot of cases they don't even know the difference. And we met some wonderfully and continue to be friends with some wonderfully joyous people in some really tough situations. And when you look around here, everything we have and all the things that we can be stressed or worried about, it's pretty silly.
Yeah, so. I would just see like coming back from something like that and just seeing exactly what you said, like we think we may have encountered rough or have it hard or scraping.
Right.
But are we really, after you see that?
Right. And more importantly, that people can have so much joy in that situation.
And be happy.
You realize joy doesn't come from with things we have.
Well, I'm so happy that you came in here and joined me.
Me too.
You're
Thanks
always fun.
Me. Oh,
you're always just a
Thank
pleasure.
You. Tell my wife that.
Jerry Lynn, he's awesome. Do you think she bought that?
No.
Well, anyways, thanks for being with me today, and I hope that you come back again soon.
Absolutely.
Love to have you.
Love to.
Again, you guys, what's the website? It's
ilovemywater.com.
How awesome is that? ilovemywater.com. That's so easy. Check out the website, Aqua Systems, and this is Don Line, and over and out.